Welcome to the Succession Stories and Strategies podcast. Have you ever wondered why some African businesses stand the test of time, passing from one generation to the next? In this podcast, we uncover the secrets behind their longevity by diving into the stories of successful African-owned businesses, especially family-owned enterprises that have thrived through challenges and change. Join us as we sit down with business owners and succession planning experts from Ghana and across Africa, exploring the strategies, challenges, and triumphs of those who are shaping the futures of their legacies. Whether you're a business owner, aspiring entrepreneur, or simply curious about the dynamics of succession planning, this podcast is for you. Let's embark on this journey together to discover the blueprint for lasting success in African businesses. Hello, listeners. Welcome to the first episode of the Talent Talk Africa podcast. Today, we'll be engaging in a discussion on the topic building a talent pipeline. The purpose of this episode is to explore the importance of building a talent pipeline, addressing current challenges, and uncovering emerging trends, particularly for firms in Africa. In many organizations, especially within Africa, there's a significant gap in effectively identifying, developing, and retaining talent. The gap often leads to skill shortages, high turnover rates, and a lack of diversity within teams. Our goal with this podcast is to provide insights and strategies that can help bridge this gap, ensuring that businesses not only attract but also nurture and retain top talent. By doing so, we aim to contribute to the creation of a robust talent pipeline that will drive sustainable growth and success across the continent. And so today with us, we have Madam Erica Kofigah. She's an HR expert and talent catalyst, logistics and programs manager, and she's focused on empowering careers and communities. She's a seasoned HR expert who excels in program management, like I said. She has a passion for empowering careers and communities. She helps identify their potentials and career prospects as well. And so, Madam, I've said a brief introduction about yourself, but I'd also like to give you the floor to introduce yourself to our listeners.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Teh, and thank you for having me today. Okay, so hi everyone. Welcome to today's podcast series. I'm Beauty Erica Kofigah, like you mentioned earlier, and I'm thrilled to be here to talk about a topic that I cherish so much: building a talent pipeline with the strategies and trends for African firms. So, with a background in HR management and programs management, I've been able to take my time to understand the intricacies of managing people and teams to ensure a seamless operation. So today I would like to share some inputs that can aid our firms, most especially the African setting firms, to be able to optimize their talent pipeline. So let's get that. With your permission,
Okay.
I'd like.
Sure. Thank you. And so I would like to ask my first question. Can you explain what a talent pipeline is and why it's becoming an increasingly important for organizations today, especially in Africa?
Definitely. So for starters, talent management or talent pipeline is more than just hiring individuals or the right people. It goes beyond that. It's about nurturing and developing individuals or employees to reach their full potentials. So the talent pipeline in itself is a proactive strategy that organizations use to attract, to develop their potential employees, or yes, let me say potential employees for current and future roles. So it's like a reservoir of talent that a company can tap into whenever they are in need of such.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. But how does this talent pipeline process differ from the traditional recruitment methods that we have or we've seen over the years?
Okay. So, with regards to the talent pipeline, instead of waiting until a position becomes vacant and then rushing to fill it with the required talents, the talent pipeline ensures that the qualified candidates are always ready to step in, as compared
Okay.
to the traditional method where whenever there's a need for an employee or a particular professional, that's when the advert goes out for someone to be employed.
Okay.
So with a pipeline, it's more strategic and tactical. You have to plan
Okay.
towards it.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. So aside this gap or this problem that you've addressed, are there any problems that the talent pipeline solves for companies aside this gap, this significant gap that you just mentioned?
Yes, 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 yes. It's able to address so many issues within an organization, such as reducing the recruitment cost. So
Okay.
when you plan ahead, then you are able to have a pipeline of individuals that you are able to tap into as at when you need them. At least it's able to cut some costs that will come into pressuring yourself to go in for an employee as at when you need it, putting out a whole lot of information, outsourcing, and everything that comes with it. So I think
No.
reduces the recruitment cost once it's planned ahead, and
No.
it also addresses the skills gap. So as industries evolve, there are so many skills gap that are created, and then there are a lot of skills that are available in the workforce, which are also required. So it helps in bridging this gap through continuous development, and then
Okay.
you'll be able to prepare potential candidates ahead of time.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. One problem that most, let me see, SMEs has faced in Africa and in Ghana, as you are much aware of, is employee turnover rates. I don't know
Yeah.
if the talent pipeline has any significant effect or impact on this, and if it has, can you give me like a brief explanation of how it addresses it?
Um, Employee turnover rate. Okay, I'll say yes. It's also one of the problems that is able to solve. Like I said before, if you plan ahead, you are able to foresee so many things. So you have individuals, you have people in place, you have workforce in place, you have professionals in place, you have experts in place that will be able to fit in at all times.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Um, one thing I've also realized is the difficulty in for companies to predict their future talent needs, and I think just like you mentioned, the talent pipeline um, addresses it to a certain level. But how accurate does it do that?
Please
Can you
come
give me
again.
like I'm saying that one thing I've realized is, or one problem that I've realized in the market is the difficulty for companies to predict their future talent needs and to ensure
Mhm.
that their pipelines are aligned with these requirements. So I'm asking how accurate does the talent pipeline predict this,
Oh, okay.
or how can
So,
companies accurately predict their future talent needs using the talent pipeline?
sure. So let's first of all talk about investment in development.
Okay,
So when firms are able to encourage continuous learning within the organization and even beyond to prepare their employees for, let's say, the future roles that will emerge. Why not? Internal roles can be given to internal candidates who are ready when opportunities arise. So taking up short courses, improving upon soft skills will equip them well so that if there are other avenues within the organization, they'll be able to easily fit in. And
okay,
also workforce planning.
okay,
If firms are able to identify the skills gap and then they are able to analyze the existing workforce, they'll be able to project how the future of their organizational needs will look like based
okay,
on their organizational goals and then the trends that the market brings before them. So this will also require that firms understand the roles that are very critical and more tactical
okay.
for future needs. Yeah.
Succession planning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. But But are there any tools or methods that can aid organizations to do some of these things that you just mentioned? Like any tools or methods that you are aware of, since you are an expert in the field.
Okay, I will talk about data analytics.
Okay. Okay.
So we can use that to track industry trends, employee turnover rates, and yeah, employee
Okay.
turnover rate that can be able to help them indicate future hiring trends. Yeah.
Okay. 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 On that question again, and I've realized that sourcing talent, again, back to some of the things that you've mentioned, sourcing talent has become a problem for many organizations. I don't know if there are any innovative ways to source candidates and keep them engaged, considering how the dynamics of the African job market has changed significantly over the years. What other
Yeah.
innovative ways can companies use to source potential candidates and then keep them engaged? Because, like I said, the turnover rates are so high. People come in 2, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, they leave. And
Yeah.
so what are the innovative ways to source potential candidates and also keep them engaged for some number of years in your company?
Okay. Um, First of all, one of the innovative ways to source candidates and keep them upfront in the African job market is to partner with educational institutions.
Okay.
Lately we have most organizations coming up with this national service agenda. So
Yeah.
if there's a particular organization that you have interest in, you can easily get there, submit your letter, and then you apply. If the chance is there for you, it's not like the traditional method that has been there before, like school sending or the national service scheme sending people to certain organizations, and then people end up paying huge sums of money to change and other things. Now we have organizations looking for skills to occupy empty positions. So once you apply, you are good to go. So most of the universities can easily walk into these organizations and collaborate with them, partner with
Okay.
them. Yes, as well as the vocational schools. They also have
Okay.
a good line of individuals. So this with this, they can create internship avenues.
Okay.
Yes, internship avenues and programs that are in tune with talent development and then
Okay.
aligned with industry trends that would equip them once they are out of the program. So it's not
Okay.
only about providing a steady stream of young talent, but it will also ensure that the candidates will come out having the right skill set to fit in any other organization that they find themselves. And
Okay.
also leveraging on social media and then online platforms.
Okay.
So we have platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, and a lot of local job portals that most people have signed up on. So you can engage people on these platforms. There are a lot of talent over there, potential candidates that can be used to showcase the company's culture, their values, as well as the wide range of opportunities that are available.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And even on the point you raised, when I was about completing school in 2018, my undergrad. My
Okay.
department tried to initiate some of the programs you just mentioned, but unfortunately, it didn't work out well. So, but I think
Mhm.
it was a nice project that they wanted to do, and so they identified students who are good, and they tried to link them to some of these companies for national service and all that. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So on nurturing talent and nurturing and developing talent, I think you've touched on a number of key things over there. Don't know, since I realize I'm more into mentorship and coaching. I want to know how mentorship and coaching contributes to internal talent development. I realized that most companies prefer to rather hire someone who is more developed than to hire someone in and then develop the person. I don't know, it's quite controversial, but then since you're an expert, I would want to hear your opinion on this. How can mentorship and coaching contribute to internal talent development? Is it cost effective? Is it something that companies should do, or they should rather go in for the experts from outside? And what has been your experience with this?
I think mentorship and coaching is cost effective because it helps in achieving a lot. You can easily create a space for someone to learn, and in the process, you are trying to understand who the person is. If you want to employ someone, aside the interview questions and stuff, we are looking at certain minute details about the person's attitude, the mannerisms that comes during the interview session and stuff. So with coaching and mentorship sessions, you are able to tap into what the person is made of, not just giving the person an opportunity to maybe intern or yeah, to intern with the organization. You are making time to tap from the person's expertise.
Okay.
So I must say, pairing employees with mentors within the organization is very good because they'll be able to guide them through their career development and provide them with the support and the feedback that would help in accelerating their growth, which will also mean that the organization can easily retain them. You don't have to
Okay.
go out there and start sourcing for a new talent pool. Yes, so in the process, there's skill development and training. Definitely. There's career pathing. Yeah, the individual is able to understand where he or she is going. And
Okay.
also, there's an inclusive culture when you are mentoring and coaching an individual. So you are able to
Okay.
encourage the internal employee and then the intern or the mentee on unique ideas about the organization, which will create a free space to uncover hidden talents that the organization can tap from. So I think it's cost effective because it comes with a lot of advantages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, what are some effective internal development programs that you've seen, maybe from your experience working or from your experience consulting for other firms? Are there any internal development programs that you've seen that are like very, very effective, have had like significant impact on overall organizational performance or in it?
Okay. Um. Yeah, there are quite a number of them. Growth opportunities. So we have leadership development programs. I think I've mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Yes. So these are programs that are designed to develop individual skills amongst employees from the top to the bottom. So it can include workshops, seminars, mentoring. We also have job rotations.
Okay.
Job rotations that would expose employees to different aspects of the business. Let's say um, an engineer in his department will be made to go to the physical lab. The physical lab, what I know about the physical lab is that they carry heavy stuffs over there. You don't have to use the machine. So it's like manpower. So they
Sure.
make you leave the machine side and then go to the manpower side, which is the physical lab, to go and do one or two things. So that way you are able to equip yourself with various trends within the organization. Yes, and
Okay.
also um, recognition and reward systems. So this would
Okay.
also demonstrate and contribute to an organizational success. It
Okay.
can boost an employee's morale such that you will even be able to start seeing the best that someone is made up of. You see them bringing the best out of themselves through this morale and encouragement. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. So on building a talent pipeline, how I would want to focus on building the talent pipeline and measuring the talent pipeline success, right? How often should companies revisit or update their talent pipeline strategies?
Okay. So it will depend on the organizational goals, the metrics, and whatever foundation is built out of the organization, or whatever foundation the organization is built on. So I would
Okay.
say, depending on internal mobility rate, so tracking the rate at which employees are promoted within the organization, it will also indicate how well the pipeline is developing, or how
Okay.
well they have to go in for other methods.
Okay.
Yes, and then the time to fill. So the time to fill positions will also indicate an efficient pipeline, if it's that efficient or inefficient for them to adapt other means.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. But on that, I would want to know, like, what metrics or indicators can a company use to assess the effectiveness of these things that you've mentioned? Like, how do I know, or what indicators should I use to know that, okay, my talent pipeline is working or is effective?
So metrics to identify if the pipeline is
It's effective, yes.
okay. With that, let's see. Let's talk about diverse sourcing channels.
Okay.
I think utilizing the diverse sourcing channel to reach underrepresented groups. It can include partnering with firms that focus on minority groups, and attending job fairs, and then using job boards to be able to track whatever system they are working with. That's if
Okay.
I'm right. And then diversity metrics
Okay.
to be able to set clear diversity goals, and through that you can measure growth, and
Okay.
then track applicants, interviewees, and areas of improvement within the organization.
Okay, that's good. So what are the common pitfalls or to avoid when doing all this? Like, when I'm trying to check for the effect, assuming I have my talent pipeline strategy, I've been able to check its effectiveness. And measuring the success of it, what are the common pitfalls I have to avoid? In measuring how successful my talent pipeline has been, because it can be misleading if you don't measure it well.
Mhm. Okay, so we can use the feedback approach.
Okay.
Yes. So to assess effectiveness of the pipeline strategies, you can source for feedback from candidates and managers. So
Okay.
collecting feedback from them at various departments, who from the individuals in the department that went through the pipeline process that you adopted to use,
Okay.
and from the managers or the interviewers that hide them into the organization. So on the panel during the interview, you can seek feedback from the interviewers within the organization, or the managers that hide the individuals. And this will go a long way to provide insights that would help in major improvement strategies.
Okay.
Yes, we
Okay.
can also look at candidate engagement.
Okay.
Yes, candidate engagement. So, high engagement with candidates suggests that they are interested, and they've invested a lot of their time, resources, expertise into the organization. So, with that, you'll be able to get a wide range of information that would help in improving upon
Okay.
major strongholds within the organization.
Okay. Okay. So if I understand it very well, building the strategy shouldn't just be like a top management thing, but it should involve the employees as well.
Yes, please, exactly.
But is it right to make them aware of the strategies are placed in the organization? I don't know. Letting them know that these are the strategies that we have for talent pipeline building.
Not entirely. Within the strategy, we have a session for the top to the bottom,
Okay.
which is applicable to each person within a department.
Okay.
So once you are planning a talent pipeline, you need to segment all this You need to understand the process that is involved.
Okay.
Whatever is going to affect the top management, the middle, the bottom, to the cleaner, the sweep, the one who sweeps. It has to be in place. Everything has to be in place so that everyone will have a fair share. So if you are engaging a candidate, it should be based on whatever metrics you've drawn for that level of candidate exposure. Let's say the department the candidate belongs to. You should be able to engage the candidate on that level.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
That's fine. One last thing, which if I don't ask, I don't know, but AI. I believe we are all very much aware of AI and how AI has changed a lot of things. I mean, for building a talent pipeline, I'd have to ask how does AI enhance or how can we leverage AI to build a talent pipeline? And I want to also know how costly is it to build a talent pipeline organization? Would you need the services of a consultant, an outside consultant, or is this something that you can build? And I'd want to know, like, briefly the process involved in building one. Assuming I have my SME, that I have, like, let's say 2 3 workers. I would want to build a talent pipe. Do I need to consult someone from outside to do it for me, or can I by my own leverage, let's say AI or any other method or tool that's available to just build something and then use?
Okay. So, talking about AI in talent pipeline management, it's more efficient and a bit more of a personalized something. It's appropriate to use an AI powered recruitment because it helps to easily automate
Okay.
the AI powered system. It's automate easily in screening the resume, uh, candidate matching, and then the roles. You can easily outline the roles with the skills and then the experiences. They
Okay.
also help to analyze the candidate preferences, their behavior. So they are able to pinpoint suitable positions that will fit into a particular individual's um, expertise or qualification at a particular time. So it helps in improving accuracy.
Okay.
And then we
No.
also have applicant tracking system, which is also AI powered. So it also helps in streamlining the recruitment process. Yes. So you track the application process, then the candidate progress. This way, you are able to easily channel communication to all the parties that are involved in the recruitment process, which is more
Okay.
centralized, very,
Okay.
very centralized. Yes.
Okay.
So
All right.
heading to the talent pipeline is cost effective. I think that was what you mentioned.
Yes.
Or if able to outsource, assuming
Yes.
you have an SME, would you have to outsource to be able to identify? Okay, so it depends on the organizational structure.
Okay.
Yes, in most cases, the HR department is able to put all this in place. So once you have an effective and running HR management system, you'll be able to put all this in place with ease. You don't really have to go out there and outsource. Or the HR management systems, they offer seamless support. They have all these features that would help organizations to run smoothly. So why
Okay.
not just yes, go in for an HR management system, not necessarily employing an individual, but a system that the HR in your firm can use to make the process more effective,
Okay.
easier. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And one last question: with the advent of remote work setting, I don't know how has it changed how building a talent pipeline is from when you are working from, let's say, the traditional work environment. Has a remote setting altered it in a way?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think there are strategies in place for everything, whether you are going to work hybrid, remote, or from the office. There are strategies in place. There are organizational settings that aid each working person from whatever location or wherever you find yourself.
Okay.
I think it's just putting in place strategies that is going to enforce the work being done, regardless of where you're coming from. You can build a talent pipeline even with remote workforce or remote individuals. It doesn't matter where
Okay.
the employee is.
Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. Thank you so much. I think I've exhausted most of my questions, but I'd also like to give you the chance to tell us more about your. I know you do mentorship, you do career guidance, and a number of things. But I'd like to give you the chance to just tell us about it, how people can get to contact you, the things you are doing, and yes, tell us.
Oh,
I want to hear about it. Yeah.
okay. Thank you. So for now, I'm doing mentoring and coaching. Like you said, I help individuals with their career development journeys. So if you have an issue with your CV, if you need me to review your CV,
Okay.
I'm available. If you need me to help you in drafting a compelling cover letter, I'm available. If you need me to assist you with interview tips that will help you ace during your interview sessions, I'm available. And then anything that has to do with your career, most people are torn in between where they are going, what they are doing in school. Some people want to transition and they need help. Yes. So I'm available for all this. I have quite a number of people that I'm working with right now. And everything I do is for free.
Wow.
Yes. You
You
don't
don't
you don't
charge.
really don't charge. You don't really have to take something from people before you help them with what you have. It's
Okay.
because yes, it's because they don't have the opportunity to know what you know. You need to willingly help them. So whoever comes to me, I tell you, do this, do that. You come back with the feedback. If it's okay, I advise you. You can go ahead. And
Okay.
I think I don't think I must say I've been able to help quite a number of people to secure a job, not necessarily connecting them to an employer or saying I have a connection somewhere, but with the little tips on the cover letter writing, all this CV revamp, I've been able to help quite a number of people. And I also work with public relations expert to organize online trainings for people to be able to write their CVs on their own, not just coming to me all the time. You need
Sure.
to have the skill to be able to put the words together by yourself. And so far, we've had 2 sessions. So we are hoping to jump on the third session somewhere next month or two. Yeah, so far it's been good.
Okay. That's kind of it because my next question was to ask you about your rates. And so if you say they are for free, then yes, that's kind of it. Okay.
Yeah.
So how can people reach out to you? Social media, what
Okay.
platforms can listeners reach out to you?
So I'm on LinkedIn, Beauty Erica Kofigah, or you can send
Okay.
me an email, beautyerica75@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll respond swiftly.
All right. Thank you so much. Um, I think I've exhausted all my questions. I don't know if there's any topic or anything that you'd want to touch on that I haven't asked.
Okay. I would like to wrap up briefly. I would like to emphasize on the importance of investing in people.
Okay.
Most organizations, I think most of them think about the costs, which I don't think there's so much involved. When an individual approaches you to intern with you, or let's say you're an SME, any sort of organization, I think we should allow individuals have the opportunity to intern, to learn new things, to embrace opportunities that are available in various organizations is very, very important. So if it is you helping them in regular training sessions, which I don't think will cost so much, or robust succession plans. At least this will ensure firms go on a long-term success to build internal employees and then the new individuals that will come on board. I think it's more effective to invest in talent than wait till it's needed before we start running around sourcing for talent. Yes, that's what I think.
Okay, okay, all right. So, in conclusion, I want to yes, thank you, Madam Erica, for sharing your invaluable insights and expertise on building a talent pipeline. So, for the viewers, throughout the discussion, we've explored the significance of a talent pipeline, the current challenges it addresses, the innovative strategies for sourcing and nurturing talent. We also delved into the role of technology and AI, the importance of fostering diversity and inclusion, just like Madam mentioned, and also to ensure that or to measure the success of these initiatives. Um, I believe the conversation so far has provided us with a comprehensive understanding of our organizations, especially in Africa and in Ghana, and effectively build and sustain a talent pipeline to meet their evolving needs. We appreciate your time and look forward to implementing these strategies in our own organizations as well. Thank you so much, Madam.
Thank you so much, Mr. Te. And thank you to your entire team for having me. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's episode. And I hope you found this input and insights very, very effective and valuable. So if you have any
Okay.
questions, like I mentioned earlier, my LinkedIn account is Beauty Erica Kofigah, and my email is beautyerica75@gmail.com. We can continue the conversation from there. Thank you and have a
Thank you.
beautiful.
Same to you.
Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Thank you for tuning into the Succession Stories and Strategies podcast. We hope today's episode inspired you to think more deeply about the importance of succession planning and sustaining your business and legacy. Remember, the success of tomorrow begins with the decisions you make today. Stay connected with us for more inspiring stories from African entrepreneurs and insightful discussions with industry experts. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave us a review. Your feedback helps us bring you even better content. So until next time, keep building, keep planning, and keep the legacy alive.